Hello, world, oh, this is the Frau. When it's really Wolfstar Games. Hello, everyone. I cannot keep a straight face, like, at all. When I do something like this, I can never keep a straight face. Anyway, last time, Kaito and the Frau met up at her place, and we're still in the middle of that scene, but for all I know, it could be encroaching on the end of the scene and it'll switch over to another scene, so I guess we'll find out. Last time, I think I was a little too zoomed in to my face, so I think this looks better now, having it zoomed out a little bit. And, you know, I've been messing with the settings a little bit, and a couple or so weeks ago I was having a little too much fun with the settings, and I wound up taking the slider for the contrast all the way up to 100%, and this was the result of me having too much fun.
Hello, Sydney. What's your most favorite scary movie?
Okay, now I'm having too much fun. My horror movie tendencies are coming out. So I thought I'd share those real quick with you. As you can see, I really was having too much fun with the contrast. Anyway, let's actually get into this, shall we? Oh, and this is technically a new area. So, oh, I can't bring up my phone droid. Oh, that's right, I kind of forgot. It's plugged in, so I can't actually use it right now. That's right, I kind of forgot. Anyway, Frau? It's like we left her off with a dazed, far-off look in her eyes, and you're like, ah. It's like, how many different expressions is she gonna have? It's like, she's so, you know, quirky and interesting. I mean, everyone is quirky in their own right, but, you know, the Frau just is more quirky. At least I think so. For some reason, Frau is staring at my hands. Why is she staring at Kaito's hands?
コナちゃん
先輩の指をペロペロしてもいいですか
Wow. Why do you want to lick my fingers?
いきなり何言ってんのアホなの
That's a little rude, calling her an idiot.
すごく綺麗な指です
Well, thank you.
私ってフェチ
A hand fetish, huh?
知らん
TMI. Tokyo girls are scary. I don't think perverts like her actually existed. I mean, really, we're all perverts in our own way?
それよりコナちゃんさちゃんと解析してた
当然処女をかけてもいいよ
Excuse me? That's basically my reaction too. For just a second, I hesitate on how to react. In games, I can come up with a perfect response within 8 frames. But in real life, to this, it's like we're starting off with a banger. I guess I'll just ignore it.
じゃあチートの証拠は見つかった？
Frau starts fiddling with her phone droid, but her movements quickly stop cold.
ぐぬぬ。
What's wrong? Did something happen?
モニタリングしてたはずなのに、チートが使われた形跡がない。
Really? No traces?
本当に？
ミスった？ロゼッタ、調べて。
Can someone explain who Rosetta is? In due time, Kaito.
正常？本気で言ってるん？東京組は？
Prow starts scratching at her so-called hair as hard as steel.
ボブリーがチート使ったって誰も確認できてない。
Okay, so he's legitimate then? He's legitimately in 3rd place? No, wait, 4th place, excuse me.
どういうこと？
東京にいるサークル仲間にもオンライン上でチェックしてもらってた。
Oh, okay.
でもみんなチート使った証拠を見つけられなかった。
じゃあボブリーはチーターじゃない？
I was so sure of it. So, okay. So if Tajarin is Misa-ne, who's Bob Lee? I wonder if it's someone we know.
こっちの解析ツールに引っかからんようなチート技術を使ってるかもしんない。
Is that possible? So he has more advanced tech than we do?
まあ案外チート並みの能力を持つ化け物が世の中には本当にいるかもしれないけどね。
Hell, even my slow-mo got confused for cheating by Frau. That's, fair. While I personally don't want to admit that Bob Lee isn't a cheater, if there's no evidence, I have to accept reality.
あとは2位の花園と1位の高野愛か。
Yeah. But it's getting late.
さて、今日は帰るよ。2位と1位はオンに入ってないんでしょ？
Yeah? What? Something else? Frau tilts her head, puzzled. Seems like she's not satisfied with these results.
殺人事件の被疑者の娘。それが私。
Right, yeah, that came up last time. I recall her dangerous confession from earlier. It's like it never happened at all. That almost seemed like she was thinking that, wasn't she? I mean, it didn't sound like she was actually talking to Kaito. Personally, I prefer it that way. Thus, I leave the room without saying anything else to Frau. Okay. Well, we were encroaching on the end of that scene. I guess if I had gone on just a little bit longer, I could have stopped it here instead, but it is what it is. When I exit the hotel, Akio just happens to be standing out front.
あ、カイ
Hi, Akio.
どこにいるかと思ったらフラーボーのところにいたの
Yes, I was with Frau Mo. I still can't get over that nickname.
まあね、交換条件ってやつに付き合わされてさ。
二人きりで
Yes, hopefully she doesn't get the wrong idea.
そうなるかな。
ふーん
She... I think I spoke too soon. Akio suspiciously eyes me. Oh.
何？
カイってそんなに女たらしだったっけ
I had a feeling she was gonna say something along those lines.
そう見える？
Not particularly, no.
見えない
And Akio agrees with me.
カイが興味あるのはゲームだけだもんね
Right, yeah.
よく知ってるじゃないの。
Well, she should.
カイのことならカイ以上に詳しいよ
Kaito could say the same thing to her, really.
それはない。
No chance.
なんでカイだっていつも言ってるくせにうちのことうちより詳しいって
Yeah.
それは事実。
もういいよなんでも
Aw, Akio's sad again.
でフラーボーの部屋でゲームしてたの
Actually, we did. Just once.
そういうこと。プログラム提供してもらったからその代わりで付き合ってたわけよ。本当はあんな変態引きこもり女子に付き合うよりゲームしてたいのにさ。
ゲームしてたんじゃないの
We did. But only very briefly.
ゲームしてたけどね。
おおちなみにさ今からちょっとフラーボーとお話できたりするかな
Well, Frau talked to Akio, though.
アキちゃんが？何の話？
特にないけど親睦を深める的な感じで
So, as if this was a dating sim?
俺からいくつか忠告させてもらうなら、部屋がエアコン効きすぎでめちゃくちゃ寒いってこと。あと、あいつは変態だってこと。
I heard the word hentai in there. It's interesting that with saying that in text that she's a pervert, in Japanese they're saying hentai.
何それ
Exactly what it means.
言ったままだけど。
まあいいよカイも付き合ってよ
I was just in there. She's trying to force me back into that frozen hell? No way. Akio ignores me and pushes the intercom button. No answer. Like, sorry, I'm not taking any more calls. Go away.
いたの
she is. She's just not answering.
いたさ。
She presses again. This is so riveting, isn't it? Just ellipses, dots.
コーナちゃん忙しそうだったからきっと無視してるんだよ。
More than likely, yeah.
はっきり言う。気に入らんな。
It's like this is when she decides to whip her frames out again.
帰ろうか、アキちゃん。
It's like, where does she even keep those? It's like she gets them from behind her. I mean, I'd assume that she has them like in her fanny pack, but that it just kind of looks like she's reaching behind her butt. I give Akiho a reassuring pat on the shoulder, but she's clearly dejected.
部員増えたのにロボ部はちっとも部活っぽくならないね。
Well, in due time, I guess we'll operate like a club. It's like everyone's, well, Subaru's been part of it for a while, but you know, Juna and now the Frau are still rather new, so they're gonna need to get comfortable with the robot club first.
もっとこう友情、努力、勝利みたいな感じになってほしいのに。
Friendship, passion, victory. What is this, like Captain Planet or something?
人格に問題ありの部員が5人中3人を占めてる時点でそれは諦めるべきだよ。
Needless to say, I'm including myself in the three. Of course.
いいですか？明日から夏休みですが、だらけた生活を送らないように。
Kobayashi, is that the teacher? Okay, I can bring it up. Today's chore duty. Who is it today? Kato and Ikagame. Okay. Not either Kaito or Akiho. Twipo? Is anything new? It's like I swear my voice broke there a little bit. Woo! The time has come! Summer break starts tomorrow! HYPE! What does that spell? Hype! It's so cold it doesn't feel like I moved to a tropical area. Why is this island cold, huh? But I like it. I like the cold. Hate the heat. Sun should just disappear. Sounds poetic, but I'm serious. Okay. Okay, bro. It's like, personally, I hate the cold. So I do not do well in winter. I much prefer it when it's hot. Summer break. Cold? Where are you, Fraubo? I gotta ask Subaru about M45. It's bugging me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Subaru is unavailable right now. So there's a couple I can reply to here. You're such a kid, Aki-chan. sometimes you're super boyish. Or, depending on what courses you take after high school, this may be our last long summer break. Or, you gotta savor the perks of being a student. Let's see here. I don't particularly want to say that she's super boyish. Let's see. Depending on what courses you take after high school, this may be our last long summer break. What does he mean by last long summer break? I mean, their summer breaks are a lot shorter in Japan than with the US. I mean, they only get a month off. You gotta savor the perks of being a student. I guess I'll go with the summer break one. See where that gets me. And then this one. I see. Just your rooms in the southern hemisphere. What? Her rooms in the southern hemisphere? That's the AC. You're gonna catch a cold if you stay in that room. I mean, she might get sick, and not so much because the AC is on full blast. But, you know, it's like, the Frau's the Frau. It's like, you kind of gotta take her in stride. Cold in the summer. Was the Kojiro Frau I know a different person? Where's your real body at? What? Where's your real body at? I'm not entirely sure which to go with here. I guess I'll go with the weird one. Where's your real body at? Alrighty.
受験まで半年を切っています。この夏休みが一番大事な時期なんですからね。
Okay, so this is the teacher.
有意義な夏休みにしてください。以上。
And so the first semester comes to a close with our homeroom teacher, Kobayashi's words. I want to say that's how it'd be pronounced. Kobayashi. Good grief. Like, I need to be reminded of my impending doom? What? Impending doom? Why is he putting it that way? I'd managed to completely forget about entrance exams up until now. My classmates start leaving to head home. Now what should I do? It's not even noon yet. I guess I'll play a ton of Kill Ballad. Not if Akiho has anything to say about that, right? Or so I thought, but Akiho walks over to my seat.
この夏休みが重要だと思うの。
She clenches her fist to stress this. Well, she does that all the time, though. Don't tell me we're actually going to study for entrance exams. No, there's no way she'd ever say something like that. Yeah, it's not about the entrance exams. This is Akio we're talking about. It's got to be related to robots. Yeah, definitely.
万博まであと半年でしょ。この夏休みに大きく進展しないと絶対完成しないよ。
See? Told you so. Yeah, I knew that's what she was referring to as well.
アキちゃんさ、さっきの小林の話聞いてた？
聞いてたけど。
だったら別にいい。
Kind of in one ear, out the other.
覚悟はできてるっていうことね。そういうアキちゃんってさ、結構かっこいいと思うよ。
She's basically saying she's ready to wait another year to apply to college.
というわけでカイ、これからスバルの様子を見に行かない？
Is he even at school right now? The day before yesterday, he had a huge fight with his old man. Needless to say, he didn't come to club yesterday. Yeah, that's not surprising at all. Like, Hiromu won't have his son be a part of this club. But we know from the opening that he is going to be there for the I assume the expo, because I assume that the beginning of the game was like the expo with Kaito being in the robot. So we know that Subaru's supposed to be there. We just have to, I guess, convince Hiromu for him to stay in the club. I really wonder how this is all gonna pan out with Subaru's, with Subaru's father knowing that Subaru lied to him.
そっとしておくべきだと思うけどな。
That's probably for the best right now.
いいから。
Akio grabs my arm and forcibly stands me up. Good grief. What are you, Charlie Brown now?
アキちゃん、あんなにスバルのこと目の敵にしてたのに、ずいぶん心配してるんだね。
Is there... I just wonder, is there anything in the hallway? I thought not, but I thought I'd check real quick.
部長だもん、当然でしょ？
Duh. I'm the president of the Robot Club. Come on, Kaito.
もしかして、ようやく部長らしいことができてワクワクしてたりする？
Yeah. That would be a yes. Wow, she literally just laughed it off.
いやいや、ワクワクしてるのが全部じゃないよ。ワクワクと心配は、37ぐらい。
3 by 7 ratio. Okay, that's an interesting. That's an interesting number. 3 by 7.
意外とワクワクの比率が高いね。
そうかな。じゃあ28。
2 by 8 instead. Okay. I'm not sure how this works. I'm not sure that's how this works.
昨日ってスバルは学校来てたの？
I'm guessing not.
休んでた。
Not surprising. Yikes.
でもね、ハンガーから壊れた M45 がなくなってたんだ。きっとスバルが持って行ったんだと思う。だから。
Disappeared from the hangar, huh? Yeah, that or Hiromu came and got it and threw it away. We take a look in the second year informatics classroom. It's like, well, informatics? It's like, oh, what kind of class is that exactly? About half the students are still hanging around. Akiho asks from the door.
日高スバルいる？
Some students look at each other. Others shake their heads. A boy, a class rep, answers, he's absent today. We give our thanks and exit the classroom. Sitting before us is the courtyard where our club room is. I sit down in my reserve seat in the shade of the tree. Akio paces around the lawn like she can't settle down.
まずいよこれ。
It's like, calm down, Akiho. It's like, things will eventually turn around. I mean, they have to, right?
このままじゃスバルが不登校になっちゃうかも。
I mean, I did say that I wouldn't be surprised if Subaru's father would just pull him out of school, you know, for good.
考えすぎじゃない？
I brush her off, then take out my phone droid and prepare for some kill ballot.
こうなったらスバルの家に乗り込むしかない。部長として。
Rush his house? What do you plan on doing, Akio?
それはやめとくべきだね。余計話がこじれそうだから。
Yeah. I agree with Kaito on this. Besides, going to his house means confronting that stubborn father of his. There's zero chance of winning. Yeah. I mean, this is a family matter. And we should not be a part of it. At all.
だったらどうすればいいの？
Carry on and move on.
なるようにしかならないって。
After dropping some knowledge on Akiho, I boot up Kill Ballad. I mean, that's some very basic knowledge, but Kaito only has so much knowledge to give. The stars look like they could fall out of the sky at any moment. Even if I lied down in the middle of the path, I doubt anyone would find me. My surroundings are pitch black and I totally melt into the darkness. Melt into the darkness, huh? It's like, darkness, take me! It's summer break, so I have plenty of free time. After school, I headed to Uchigaoka Park and put in some major KB time. The sun has long since set.
次のニュースです。
Oh, he's watching the news?
エグゾスケルトン社のヘルプフルアンリミテッドギア、いわゆるハグの2件目の暴走死亡事故をめぐり、
Second rampage. Fatality. Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
警視庁の新たな調べで、過去3年における日本全国でのハグ暴走事故が105件に上っていることが分かりました。
The last 3 years, 105 of them. That's pretty significant. I had left the video stream running on my phone droid. The news is on now. As soon as the exoskeleton company is mentioned, I reflexively start to listen closely.
このうち23件の事故において、ハグを使用していた人が重軽傷を負っており、
Wow. That makes me concerned about Mizuka. It's like I'd hate for anything serious to happen to her?
安全性について重大な欠陥がないかどうか、エグゾスケルトン社と協議して調査を続行すると発表しました。
Safety flaws. You think that before they, before they send a product out, that all the bugs are ironed out, so that's kind of thing doesn't happen.
また、この数字はあくまで警察に届け出があった事故のみで、実際の数字はさらに増加する見込みだとしています。また海外の各調査機関でも調査をする動きが出始めていることから、近年爆発的に増加しているハグの販売数に影響がありそうです。エグゾスケルトン社の広報官、瀬宮美咲氏のコメントです。
She's part of the public relations.
はい、その件については弊社といたしましても現在調査中ですので、はっきりとしたことはお答えできないんです。
She looks very sad, and I can only assume in back of her is that Sawada guy, her boss. I mean, I believe that's his jawline, and not to mention his suit.
一部ネット上ではハグは介護マシンとしては危険すぎるという意見が出ていますが、それについては
？I mean, if it's too dangerous, then it shouldn't be manufactured.
我々のハグは何重にもわたる安全基準を設けており、そのすべてをクリアした製品のみを出荷しています。
Only units that have passed all tests are offered at retail. So, what happens between the time that the hug is bought and then actually used?
また日本だけでなく世界中の安全審査で有料だという認定をいただいています。
Not just in Japan. So it's a worldwide so it's worldwide that these are used. That could be a problem then. A major problem.
ただ今回起きた事例については重く受け止め、被害者の方へのご冥福をお祈りするとともに、何が問題であったかを厳正に調査していきます。社長が出てきて記者会見をするべきだと思うんですが、そのご予定は？現在検討中です。
販売を自粛するような措置は取らないんですか？
They should.
それも含めて検討中です。
一部調査機関のデータによれば、これまでに世界中でハグ装着中に亡くなった方は10名以上だと言われてますよ。
At least 10 related deaths worldwide. It's not a huge number, but still, it's something that they can't ignore. And by the sounds of it, Misa-ne Misa-ne and the company is trying to do the best they can.
それでも検討中だとか、のんきなことをおっしゃるんですか。
Misa-ne?
10人も死んでるんですよ。人殺しの機会も当然じゃないか。
I mean, sometimes the media likes to blow things out of proportion. Sometimes, not all the time, but you know, calling it a murder machine may be going a little. It may be a little overreactive. I mean, if it was more people than just 10, I would probably think different than calling them murder machines.
何か言いなさいよ。
Misa-ne crying? It sounds like she's crying. Oh, now I see tears.
泣いたって許される話じゃないぞ。あんた広報だろ。ちゃんと答えなさいよ。
私は。
この件については後日正式に会見を開かせていただきます。この場はこれで。
待ってくださいよ。まだ質問が。
遺族への保証についてはどう考えていますか？
That's actually a really good question.
ハグエンジニア制度についてアメリカで訴訟問題になっていますが。
Lawsuits, ooh. That, And of course, lawsuits would be coming from America, of all places.
不安を感じているハグユーザーに一言ください。
瀬宮さん、いけるんですか？
Well, that's some interesting information to have, and also very concerning information. It's like, now I'm worried about Mazuka. I feel sick and turn off the news. I don't blame you. Rampaging hug accidents. Actually, that reminds me. The topic has been trending on Twipo since the early evening. I guess it's a hot issue in the Tokyo area. To people like me living in the middle of nowhere, events that take place so far away barely feel real. As always, Tanegashima is peaceful. It's not hard to see how people start to feel like things that happen in Tokyo are events in a different world. But it starts to feel really strange when those events involve people you know. Yeah. Misa-ne in particular. And seeing that it's concerning the hug, you know, Kaito should also be worried about Mizuka.
ミサネも大変だな。
And she does. It's like she, being a public relations with exoskeleton or XK, yeah, that is a tough position. As a PR person, she's appeared in all kinds of forward-facing media. It makes sense she'd be the target of ire. Yeah. I got tired of the Tweepo discourse around the incident, and also the a.k.a. guy who cut off reporters at the end. It turned into this dumb argument about whether he's Misa-ne's lover, bodyguard, or the true culprit behind it all. What? Why would they think that the guy who ended things there would be Misa-ne's lover? It's like, what the hell? Japan sure is a peaceful place.
それにしても、ミサネの泣いてるところなんて初めて見たな。
I've known her for a long time, but to me, she was always strong, perfect, and composed. I never thought this'd be how I'd first see her cry. I have mixed feelings about it. There's something about seeing someone you know cry that makes you feel guilty. I hear something. It's an unpleasant, painful sound.
またいるのか。
Again. Honestly, I'm starting to get hungry. I should just head home. But I might as well take a look around before I bounce. The slight buzzing sound just barely reaches my ears. I trot over to the radar tower and whip out my phone droid. For a second there, I thought I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Is she around here somewhere? Airi? Don't see her. Maybe up above? She is up above. Oh. Yeah, and she's in Geji-ne mode. What are you doing up there? What's she doing standing there? Standing? More like floating. It's too dangerous to climb the radar tower, so I decide to go up to the town hall's second floor. It doesn't take long to get up there. The wind is strong, but naturally, Airi's clothes are unaffected as she stands at the top of the tower. There's an icon shining on her forehead. She must be Geji-ne right now.
実証実験経過
A verification test. And what is she verifying, exactly?
ナンバー2924をお伝えします
She's done this a lot. Almost 3,000 times?
日本標準時西暦2019年7月19日19時17分現在状況には変化ありません以上実証実験経過ナンバー2924をお伝えしました
So Airi can turn into Geji-ne on her own? I mean, that's not surprising. I guess that's a dumb question.
お兄ちゃん
Hi, Airi! She found me. Before I know it, the icon on her head is gone.
明日のお天気聞きたいですか
Sure.
明日7月20日の鹿児島県種子島屋久島地方のお天気は北西の風晴れでしょう
It's like, I'm gonna do that every time when she does that. It's like very, it's very Vanna White.
上に台風4号と台風5号が発生していますので、今後警戒が必要です。
Thanks for the useless info.
P ガー音出してたの？なんだっけ、エギシステム？
はい、そうです。1日1回必ずやります。
Okay. That's what that sound is about. It's the EGI system. Okay. It doesn't seem to be causing any harm, so I'm not too concerned about it. It is creepy, though. Determining the value of continuing some dead guy's experiment isn't my place. It's Tayo Development's problem now. Someone like me who just lives nearby isn't gonna change anything. I sigh and look out toward the ocean. It's too dark to see anything, but I know the Tanegashima Space Center, to TNSC. They could have just gotten rid of the TNSC or just gotten rid of the Tanegashima Space Center and just had it, the shorthand. It's like, why put both? Rocket launch pad is there. On a clear day, you can see the giant VAB? VAB. What is that short for? And large-scale rocket launch site from here. I almost just want to say it as VAB instead of VAB. When they still launched rockets, all the aircraft warning lights had... That's clunky. All the aircraft warning lights would shine so you could spot the launch site at night.
お兄ちゃんは何を見ていましたか？
え
？9年前からいつだってお兄ちゃんのことを愛梨は見てきました。
Don't mind me, I'm just kind of swaying to the music. I really like it.
9年前からってずっと？
The whole time.
お兄ちゃんがこの公園に来た時はほぼ
Every time he comes to the park. That expression is just so adorable.
それ監視じゃないか。
I mean, it may sound like it's surveillance, but you know, she's just keeping close tabs on everything that's going on at Uchagaoka Park, right? Not to mention close tabs on Kaito, because you know she's been kind of eyeing him since he was a kid.
お兄ちゃんが来た時に見てただけですよ。
I guess now that I think about it, that is kind of like voyeurism in a way, and not so much like surveillance. But you know, she's an AI, so it's not like she's some kind of, you know, creeper.
お兄ちゃんはここによく来ていました。平均すると2日に1度のペースです。
On average, once every 2 days.
3人の時もあったし、2人の時もあったし、1人の時もありましたね。
A group of 3, a pair, or alone? I mean, every time so far, it's only been him that we've seen come to the park. Or more recently, anyway. I mean, sure, a group of 3 when he was like a kid, you know, with Misa-ne and Akiho. So I get that one. A pair, though. Who has he come here with being a pair? Akiho? I can only assume that it would primarily be Akiho.
最近はポケコンでゲームばかりやっていますけど、
Well, that's what he always does.
2年くらい前まではずっと何かを見ていました。
Always used to look at something. Look at what?
夕方でも夜でも。お兄ちゃんは何を見ていましたか？
I mean, what other than playing a Kill Ballad, what would he be looking at?
Go! Hot dog! Go!
There is that, the rocket launches. It was always the same thing.
俺さ、宇宙飛行士になりたかったんだよね。
That's news to me. You wanted to be an astronaut?
宇宙飛行士。宇宙へ行く人ですね。
Yes.
でも、種子島宇宙センターから宇宙へ行った人はいません。
Nobody ever? You think that since they have a space center that someone from Tanegashima would go up into space?
ああ、知ってるよ。
Manned rocket launches barely exist now. Russia and France send folks to the ISS, but NASA focuses on unmanned stuff now. ISS. Japan No, wait. ISS, there we go. Fiction. The International Space Station created by American, Japanese, Russian, and European space agencies. Flies at the height of 400 kilometers off ground and revolves around Earth about 16 times a day. Countries have launched astronauts to ISS and tested experiments while staying there. In 2015, during the so-called Crash of 15, ISS had a majority of its functions destroyed. It is currently unmanned, and right now they are debating who will repair it. Okay.
まあでもさ、やっぱ種子島で育った男なら一度は目指すでしょ。
And coming from Kaito, that's actually kind of surprising. I'd always watch rocket launches from here. That bright light rising into the sky, a roar that shakes the air itself, got my heart racing every time. When I thought about how we were connected to distant space, I felt like anything was possible.
それももう諦めたけどね。
I mean, some dreams come and go. I've talked about dreams well enough at this point, but you know, giving up on a dream, you know, I don't know, that for anyone who has had a dream since childhood, you know, they want to try and see that dream through, even if they have trouble along the way, and and not to mention kind of procrastinate a little bit. So to give up on a childhood dream, that would take some doing. At least I think so. It's like what would cause you to give up on a childhood dream? Well, maybe that's the wrong way to describe it. It just naturally faded into the dark, I guess. Interesting way to describe it. Faded into the dark. So, like, it faded into the dark recesses of his mind, I guess? I started having these attacks at a young age. Maybe that's part of the reason why his dream faded, because of these attacks. And rockets stopped being launched from here. Not to mention that fact.
最後の打ち上げからだいたい4年か。
I wonder if during the course of the story of the game, if there would at all be a point in time where a rocket is launched.
意外とその4年っていう時間は長く感じたな。
この4年、お兄ちゃんはこの公園に必ず一人で来ています。
Right, yeah, because Uchagaoka Park is kind of a dead spot. That's how I want to describe it. It's like the rocket launches are not existent now, and Kaito doesn't go there in a group or in a pair anymore. So it makes sense.
アキホが一緒の時もありましたが、その確率はとても低くて 1% に満たなかったです。
Less than 1%. That's a very small percentage.
いつからか俺にとってここは
Where I used to watch launches, where I used to imagine rockets soaring through the air with a smile.
落ち着いてゲームをする場所に変わったんだよ。
Yeah. His alone time. Even when I close my eyes. I can no longer picture that beautiful sight of rockets flying off into the heavens.
あ、帰ってきた。
Hi, Akiho. Back at home. And, this actually seems like a good place to stop, actually. So, we'll leave Akiho and Kaito standing in front of their houses. So, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and thank you all for watching as well. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and subscribe to become part of the pack. And don't forget to claw that bell icon so you know when a new video comes out. And as always, everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, wherever you may be.